Oh, you know what? We need some music. We need some music. We need some music. There we go. Well, it's coming, Tatum. Don't be like that. Also, this one needs to go over there. Yes. Here we are. I did too, but the Twitch app decided to give me an ad. Friggin' woo! Grey Foxy, I have no idea what you're saying. Where is the penis? It is on the page here. I am not actually... Ooh, where's my... Give me a second. I need more power. I need more power. Also, hello! I have returned today. Are you okay, dude? You're doing some masquerade murder fist or something. I'm bored out of my mind, ladies and gents. So tonight we're doing something a little different. Allow me to just tell the people, you know what, fuck it. No, Tatum, you go to the Discord, tell the people I'm streaming, I'm doing some stupid shit. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to teach you how to hide an erection. Are you a man? Do you have erections? Do you have erections at improper times? Well, today's stream is just for you. I have gone to the WikiHow and I have found the perfect article for you. Also, listen to that music. It's amazing. Today we're just fucking around because I couldn't be bothered figuring out what I wanted to do. And I remembered about this thing. So here we go. It's an extraction from a theatre piece made during the period of the Sun King and his speak of illusions of penis and nose in a way just to say, ah. And she-males and ladyboys, well, they are nice as well. Okay. Now, I know. Getting an erection... Oh god, my face. This is not an easy mask to wear. But anyway, getting an erection in a public place can be embarrassing, but you shouldn't freak out. Do you hear that, people? Do not fucking freak out. It's important that you keep in mind that erections are a naturally occurring thing, especially for boys going through puberty. Yeah, you know, in contrast to all the women that's going through puberty. Luckily, there are several ways that can cover up your erection or get rid of one. If you use the right methods and with the right... Ow! Ow! My nose! You know what? This mask did not sit as well as I would hoped. So, Il Capitano, I'm afraid that we have to put you away for now. Oh, so, if you use the right methods and wear the right clothes, no one will even notice your erection. So tip number 1, cover your crotch area with a large object. You can cover up your erection with a book, blanket, laptop, backpack, or anything else that can go on your lap. This will cover up your erection so that no one knows that you have one. But it's important to know also that this would not work for me considering the size of my penis and the fact that it irradiates light. That last one may or may not be true, but the first one definitely is. No, put the mask on the mic. that work? That would ruin the entire thing. Yeah, nope. We're just fucking around. So, it's... please take note, though, that it's easier to cover your erection when you're sitting down. Alright? So, number 2 is to wear tighter underwear. Instead of wearing those loose-fitting boxers that make an erection visible and obvious, consider wearing tighter underwear like briefs or boxer briefs that can hold down your erection and make it less obvious. Now, avoid wearing soft silk underwear because they can rub up against your penis and cause you to have an erection. Now, I will demonstrate this using my finger, considering Twitch would probably be very angry at me if I just plainly came out and, you know, showed my erection. But yes, now this finger here, this represents my penis. Now it's the size of the finger is not representative of the overall shape and size, yes, but this is going to be my penis, alright? And this finger here represents the silk. So it's slowly, as you can see, rubbing against the penis, and the penis is slowly getting blood flow, and it's starting to get erect. Now we're using the medical terms here, people, because the medical terms makes this sound way more funny. And that's how your penis gets erect. Now, you could also cover your erection with a long shirt. A long shirt that hangs over your crotch region can help you hide your erection. Buy baggier clothes that hang over your waistband and crotch area so that it can cover up your unwanted erection. Now, again, if you're very fashion forward and maybe long baggy clothes is not an option for you, this may not work. But don't worry, we are not even halfway in our hiding your penis or hiding your erection tutorial. So don't worry about that. Are you sure you weren't exposed to radiation? I think you need to go to the doctor about that if it goes. And Fighter PLA is hosting me with 21 viewers. That's weird. So a lot of people is going to come here and see the how to hide an erection thing. Well, that's fine. Let's go. We also have a tie, a hoodie or a sweater around your waist to hide your erection. When you tie the hoodie and sweater, drape the material over your crotch area so that your erection is not visible. Now, I know this is probably not working out fine, because sometimes your erection isn't just going straight up, it's going to the sides, right? It's going to stick out, it's going to be like a little bulge over one of your thighs. So this is also, I gotta say, not a very good way of covering your erection. Pinning your erection to your body. Now we're starting to talk about the real advanced techniques of hiding your erection. Pin down your erection with your hand in your pocket. Put your hand in your pocket and use your hand to press your erection against your leg. Continue to hold your erection through your pocket so that it isn't visible on the outside of your pants. And as you can see here, they have drawn a little diagram. So this is your penis. It's going out there, and you're dragging it back in. Back in. There we are. Also, give me a second. We will continue this shortly. The bot does not actually tell people that I'm streaming. So allow me to just... Where is the stream? There we go. I don't think it tells people. So people are really enjoying Lost can't get an erection. No, the classical Viking, listen, I can get an erection. It's a wonderful, glorious thing, but I can't tell you. Maybe I should put the Twitch also in the message. There we go. Now, back to the article. Listen, this is the second part of it. Put your erection in your waistband. That means around your waist. You're often wearing pants that press towards your body so that it fits. Put your hand in your pocket and lift up your erection and put it in between your waistband and your waist. This will hide your erection when you're standing or walking. You need a belt or an elastic waistband to do this. Yes, and if you're wearing a very small or a very tight-fitting t-shirt, this will also not work because your penis will be popping out of the... Did somebody just subscribe to me, or not subscribe, but follow me because of this? Oh god, dude, you are so fucked up. I gotta see. Who the fuck did follow me because of this? Because of this stream. That was that Blue Puppy and Keegan. Thank you guys. That's weird. And also Cedric. You're also... Oh yes, hi Rakti. I'm teaching people how to hide their penis when it's erect, so don't worry about it. Now the third way to hide your erection here is, or the third method of the second part of this, is to cross your legs. When you're sitting, it's easier to hide your erection. Cross your legs and pin down your erection with your thighs. This may be uncomfortable at first, but your erection should eventually disappear. So, yeah, make sure you don't break your penis, because if you hear a little snap, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be very bad. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. Now, this is if you're really desperate. We can get rid of that erection. So let's go into the techniques on how to get rid of the erection. Not just fucking hide it, but how to get rid of it. So, the first thing you can do here is flex your thighs to draw blood away from your erection. Flex the muscles in your thighs for about 30 seconds, and I know everybody, just do it with me now. Just gonna... Oh. Did you feel that? That's basically what you need to do if you have an erection. Oh, and somebody just donated. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Oh, fucking Christ, Rakti! Jesus! I'm sorry the jar is not there. You know what? Let's bring the jar back up. Let's bring it back up. And let's show the people why you're such an amazing person. Rakti just donated $126 fucking dollars, dude. Now, do you have erection issues? Then you need to pay attention. Let's get back to this. Thank you, Rakti. Flex your thighs to draw blood away from your erection. Flex the muscles in your thighs for 30 seconds or more. This will draw the blood into your thighs and get rid of your erection. If it doesn't work immediately, keep flexing. So just keep going like that, right? Yeah, right? You will be okay. And now, keep flexing and use it alongside another method to get rid of it. Now, I know it may be difficult to both flex and use another method, but don't worry about it because you'll become a pro. If you have erection at the same rate that I have erections, then you will certainly get better. And Rakti has no regrets. Well, listen, Rakti, I will dedicate my next erection to you. Moving along to the next technique here. We have put something called on your erection. The cold water from a shower will reduce your erection. If you aren't at home, and listen, if you aren't at home, then if you are at home, your erection will not really be a problem. If it is a problem, I will tell you how to fix this. Okay, but for now, just pretend you're not home. Now, the cold water from the shower will reduce your erection. If you aren't at home, you can't take a shower, try pressing something cold against your crotch, like a can of cold soda, right? So just imagine this to be the can of... No, you know what? I have Coke Zero cans right here. Imagine this to be really cold, right? Also, Coke Zero, for when you need to get rid of an erection. Oh god damn it, if I'm not being sponsored by Coke now, I will never ever get fucking sponsored. But alright, so, how to get rid of an erection. You take this cold piece of, or this can of Coke, and imagine this is my erection again, alright? The finger erection. And remember, this is not representative of the size of my erection. It's just for me to use so that you understand how this is going. Now take the can and put it next to or on top of your erection. If it's open, you cannot put it like this because the soda will run out of it. But if it's closed, you can put it alongside, as I show, like this, right? But for now, let's just pretend it is open and put it down on the finger, and it will, or no, not the finger, the erection, and it will slowly start becoming tiny again. So you need to understand that cooling is used in hospitals to remove an unwanted erection that has lasted longer for 4 hours. And if you have erections that have lasted longer than 4 hours, then you have issues. All right. Oh. Ooh, that was good. Now, the third option you have to get rid of an erection is urinating. You see, let's just put away the Coke Zero. Remember, guys, if you need to get rid of an erection, Coke Zero. Now, you can urinate. Sometimes a full bladder will cause you to have an erection. This is especially common in the morning when you first wake up. The scientific term for this is morning wood. That's what the scientists and the priests said to me when I was small. Now, urinating may help you get rid of an erection. If you're having trouble peeing, a warm shower or bath can sometimes help you urinate. So that's a bit of an issue, especially, if you're having issues urinating while hard, you may pee in your own face, and we don't want that. So this is probably a technique best suited for when you're only half erect, or maybe if your penis is shaped so that the pee hole, when erect, does not point towards your face. Do you get that, right? Whew. Now, the fourth choice here is exercise. Like exercise, a light exercise like a jog or bike ride may draw blood away from your erection and cause it to subside. If you're too embarrassed to go outside because of your erection, you can do jumping jacks or squats in your house. This is not unlike the earlier thing we did with the flexing. And I really hope that a lot of you flexed with me. But yes, that is also something you can do. Now, the fifth thing is go somewhere secluded until it goes away. You see, over time, your erection will just naturally go away. If you have a choice, excuse yourself to a secluded place like a street, like an alleyway. Oh, another one! Jesus Christ, Racty! If anyone is jacking off, stop it or the Nazis will return. Yes, that's another thing you can do if you're having issues with an erection. Again, $55 fucking dollars, dude. You're a legend. Think about Nazis, right? Think about Nazis. That always, unless you're into uniforms, then don't think of Nazis. Don't do that. But yes, if you're having issues with your erection and you have the opportunity, go someplace very calm, like an alleyway, a forest clearing, the moon, Ohio. All of these places are very well suited for getting rid of erections. Especially New Jersey. Go there, then you know it will disappear like that. Or Watch Every Day, Bro, by Jake Paul. Yeah, that will drain that blood straight out of your dick. Anyway, now, the sixth thing you can do is to concentrate on something non-sexual, like concentrating on math equations or a sport, which will take your mind off sexual thoughts and can help you get rid of your erection. Also, thank you, Adam. Now, focus as hard as you can on an assignment or a game you have coming up to take your mind off sexual thoughts. You can also think of something that you find disgusting or gross, like someone throwing up, to stop your sexual thoughts. Unless you have a fetish for Brazilian fart or puke porn, don't do that. Brazilian puke porn is really, well, specific. What the fuck is wrong with you? But if you're one of the other normal people, then you can think of that, right? That will almost always guarantee that you will get rid of your erection. Now, if that doesn't work, if that does not work, if the thought of people puking will not work, then you can try to do physical pain to yourself, right? Pinch yourself. Pinching yourself may take your concentration off your erection and into the pain you feel. Pick a spot on your arm, pinch it until your erection begins to go down. Just find something and just pinch it, right? Just feel the pain. Just embrace the pain. Embrace the pain and let go of the erection. Unless again you're a bit of a sicko and enjoy that sort of thing. If you're masochistic, then don't pinch yourself. It will not work. And moving now towards one of the better techniques to get rid of an erection. I promise you guys, this is what it's all been working up for. This is the master class part of this stream. Yes. So, if you're having problems with an erection, you can masturbate, right? You can masturbate. If you're at home, masturbating will get rid of your erection. Excuse yourself to a private place, like the kitchen or the garage, and make sure you have a towel or a napkin to clean up after you're done. Alternatively, you can maybe have your dog there to clean up. Rub your penis until you achieve an orgasm. After masturbating, your erection should subside. And I have to stress this though, do not masturbate in public. That is not good. That's probably bad. And yes. Also, let's take a look at the comments here. I see that the king is dead. Lost, no normal person is watching this. Well, we have 22 not morons, but unnormal people. At home, public bathroom works just fine. That is true. That is true. There's a lot of different people that enjoy masturbating at the... Well, you can masturbate. As long as there's not any people around in the room and you have the ability to lock the room, then we're good. This is so dumb, I love it. Oh. Tatum says something. What did he say, Tatum? I can't see it. But apparently Rakta is going to lose. What about a circle jerk? Probably not gonna work. But let's just check the community. The how to hide your erection community. Do you guys cover up? Do Do guys cover up their shorts with their t-shirts while standing if they get a boner? Yes, this is a classic move. No, not really. I never do that. I'm a big fan of the just gently push it towards your thigh thing. Also, the music. Oh no, we still got music. How can I help not to get an erection when my girlfriend rocks back and forth on my lap slowly and sometimes bounces? So, they say that unfortunately you usually can't help it. If your girlfriend is rubbing up against you, that might be a sign that she's sexually aroused or teasing you. If she notices the erection, act naturally and relaxed about it, and apologize if needed. Listen, if you need to apologize, no, it's your girlfriend that needs to apologize if she rubs back and forth and sometimes jumps on your lap. This is that is actually an activity meant to awaken the penis to make it hard so you can enter the baby making stage of or mode of an adult person. All right? When I am touching or kissing my girlfriend, semen starts coming out of my penis. It is an awkward situation for me. Is it natural? Yes, it's perfectly natural. She's your girlfriend, you both like each other. Besides you mentally liking her personality, your body also naturally responds to her physical presence. Kissing is a natural way of arousing your body. Remember that it also arouses her body. She might be having the same thoughts and feelings, so you can talk about it. When erect and aroused, the penis produces fluids as lubricant to make sure sexual intercourse goes smoothly. A woman's body does the same. This is the same liquid that carries the sperm out of the penis during ejaculation and is nothing to be ashamed of. It's very important, this. It's nothing to be ashamed of. What happens if my mom comes in while I have an erection? Oh, this is a very, very difficult question. But all you need to do is act naturally. If your shirt is long enough, try pulling it down to cover it up more. But don't worry if she notices. She's a mom and they understand these things happen. How do I get my girlfriend to notice my erection? Well, you can slightly nod towards your crotch, like this. You can use your hand, you can use the full hand, or you can use a finger. A finger is usually a bit more indicative, but you just go like, and maybe make some sounds at the same time. Maybe go like, uh-huh, yeah, mm-hmm. If you want to be a bit more subtle. You could just go and say, I have an erection. That is one way of doing this. But let's say what they answered here. If it's noticeable enough, she will likely notice it herself. If she doesn't react, she's likely not interested or feels awkward about it. And Racht is saying, chop off your dick. That's definitely one way of doing it. See you all after a while. Leaving work. Oh, poor Tatum is not going to get the community portion of how to hide an erection. But, yes. Now, how do I hide an erection while standing up? Turn around or try to move side to the side so it's less visible. That's very helpful. That's a very classic way of doing things. Lost as a sex machine. That is true. That is true. Just look at my face. I'm gonna show you guys my sex face. It's like... I usually show a lot of teeth while during sex. So like... Alright? That's very natural. To make very grunt noises are completely natural. How do I hide an erection when slow dancing? I am 12 years old? Oh no, it's just I am 20, yeah, yes, well. One thing you can do is to wear dark jeans in place of dress pants and make sure that your pelvic area is not touching the person you are dancing with, which should probably be very obvious. How can I hide an erection in a swimsuit? Well, stay in the water for once and hope no one else is wearing swimming goggles. So, hope for the best, basically. Distract yourself, and if your suit has pockets, you can put your hands in to help disguise it. Also, to the very last thing here is warnings. If your erection lasts longer than 4 hours, you should seek medical help. Talk to your parents about it because it could indicate a very serious medical condition. So, Keegan asks, how do I hide an erection during a live stream? Well, make sure that the camera is not pointed towards your crotch. So, can you guys, give me a second. Right, so I'm standing on my chair, and yes, as you can see, this is a very uncomfortable way of doing a live stream. So if you're basically showing your erection on a live stream, then you're probably having, you're probably doing it wrong. You should check out some Google tutorials on how to best set up your live stream. Oh, sorry there, I poked my headset. What about your live stream? Well, you can't really. Are you in a room with people? This is very important because I cannot see your erection. I can feel your energy through the internet, but I cannot see it. That is also, again, very important. All right. So, let's take some more. What's next? Give me a second. Yes, what is next? Hold in your poop in embarrassing situation. Or pee outside as a woman. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Do you like the hold your poop in embarrassing situations or the pee outside as a woman article? Now use the P for the pee in outside and use H for the poop thing. So P for pee, H for poop. Do you understand? Go nuts, and whatever gets the most votes, I will read next. Lost, I'm sorry, I can understand boredom, but this is pure madness. What chaos demon has possessed you to do this? So we have one P, one P, one H. Oh, they are neck and neck. Oh, another H. The poop is taking a hold. Come on, guys. At the very least, P. Oh, that's one each. So H. We need to at least get 6 votes for something to go through. Also, the Witch in Black, I see you're a Twitch Prime sub. So, yeah, there we go. Another one for, if you don't mind, I would very much like to take the, H, teach me. Yeah, it's definitely H. If you're a Twitch Prime subscriber, you can now give me money for free. Just press the sub button. But we are going to how to hold in your poop in embarrassing situations. Okay, this is an embarrassing one. Maybe there's a time that you need to hold in your poop. Who knows what it is? You're somewhere you can't escape to the bathroom, or you're too embarrassed to use it. What do? There are tips that will help you temporarily hold in your poop. So there's some physical tricks here. As you can see, staying straight or flat is something you can do, but sitting is a no-no. So let's read this. Try standing up to keep your poop, or alternative lying down. The worst possible position to be in if you're trying to hold your poop is to squat. Sitting isn't as good for holding your poop in as standing or lying down is either. The reason for this is because squatting has long been defined by researchers as the ideal position for defecation. That's because it applies pressure on the abdomen, encourages release of the stool. Now, standing will remove some of the pressure from the abdomen, so will lying down. And even just shifting your position a bit can also help you keep the poop where you want it to stay inside of your body until you have a chance to get to a toilet. If you must sit, shift your positions in the chair. Pressing your buttocks against a hard area like a metal chair might help. So we're not sure about this. It might though. So no patches or squatting, that is right. So there is this thing you can buy on the internet called a butt plug. If you have issues, try plugging your butt. I'm certain that's what it's used for. I'm very certain that the butt plug is made for situations like that. Yes. Now, here's another one. As you can see from this picture, tense your butt cheeks as much as you can. So just, do you know how to do Kegel exercises? Just feel that. Just tense your butt cheeks as much as you can. Basically, what you are accomplishing here is to apply pressure on the upcoming poop to keep it inside the body. Yes, it's really the best way to do it. Clenching your butt cheeks will tense your rectum and thus it helps to keep the poop inside. It's harder to hold in poop if your muscles around your rectum are weak. If your nerves are damaged in that area, you might not even know a stool has come out. See a doctor in such a case. So, basically, have you ever shit yourself? No? Yes? Maybe? If so, you probably should see a doctor. Dude, you're looking like Kudra from the Creatures went on a coke binge. Do I? Excellent. I think I have no idea what that is. Also, thank you Scrub for saying take notes. Too much stuff in the bedroom. Alright, so let's continue on here. Try and encourage a bowel movement several hours before your... Oh, wait no. Try to encourage a bowel movement several hours before your event and then stop eating. Basically, you want to poop before you end up at the place where it will be hard to poop. It's a good idea to do this to activate the bowels so you can empty them. Think ahead. Yes, when it comes to pooping, the foremost thing that is needed from you is planning. Planning and pooping goes hand in hand because, as you can hear, both planning and pooping starts with the P, and they do that in every single language. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Fact. For example, how many long-distance runners face this issue? They feel like they... Oh, music. No! Music, get back! Back to it. Many long-distance runners face this issue. They feel like they have to poop during the race. Another way to avoid this embarrassing problem is to simply avoid foods high in fiber before the race or event, because that causes the need to poop. So remember guys, fiber is good for you, but it also encourages pooping. So don't go eat fiber if you have to do something important. Lost, do you do anal trouble.jpg asks. I am never on the receiving end. My man cannot understand what madness stirs you, Lost, and I think myself rather mad. Well, Cetheris, thank you. You just followed? I thought maybe you would have followed during one of my Dark Souls 3 streams, but no, you came here during the erection stream, and you're still here, so that says something about you as well, my friend. So yes, tactical pooping is very important. Now, gas-producing foods like beans, bran, fruit and salad also could cause the need to have a bowel movement. Try avoiding eating any food within 2 hours of the event though, or you will have another bowel movement. So don't eat beans, guys. Also, try not to drink coffee. There are some studies that have linked coffee drinking to having to poop, although this is by no means definitively proven. If you drink coffee while trying to hold in your poop, you will probably have to pee too. So there we go, that's another thing. Planning, pooping, and peeing. It all starts with a P, and it does that in every single language. That's just a fact. Now, although this is by no means definitively proven, if you drink coffee while trying to hold in your poop, you'll that I read. It will be hard to hold in poop if you had no previous defecation that day. Yes, one study found that coffee provoked pooping more so in people who hadn't already pooped. So if you had pooped and you drink coffee, you might be fine. Who knows? Maybe you'll just have small mini poops just shooting through your asshole like this. This is not actually sex. This is poops just flying out of the anus. The study also found that the effect was more pronounced in the morning. Interesting. The morning poop. Now, you can also use your mind. You see, your mind is such a powerful tool. So don't overthink it. You have to be cool. Because if there's one thing pooping goes hand to hand with, well, both works. It's being cool. If you think about your bowel movements all the time, like I do, I mean, I can't get that shit out of my mind, and I use shit there to be funny, because that's a joke regarding to... It's also a metaphor. Do I have to explain the joke to you guys? No, I don't. Oh god damn it, Rakti. So, apparently Rakti just became legend once again with another crazy donation. Dude, I love you. That means I have one more day of editing. Or actually 2 more days of editing. Thank you, dude, for paying for my food, my roof, and all the other things. Speaking about other things, pooping. Relax and try not to think about pooping is what's really we're talking about here, right? And stay still, although standing up will help. If you start making abrupt movements or doing something that requires exertion such as running, it will going to be a lot tougher. So, I mean, allow me to demonstrate. If you do this, as you can see, that is a very fast movement. Try to avoid these fast movements. I set the link in the donation. Definitely gonna check that. Oh, yeah, well, we're definitely going over there afterwards. This next one will be sponsored by Rakti. Now. But above all else, keep your dignity and stay calm. Make sure not to panic or hold your hand against your behind. I'm gonna show you how not to do it. I'm gonna just stand up on the chair again. Like this. Can I? Yeah. Here we go. Don't do this, okay? If you do this, it's not going to be good for you. People will become very observant of your behavior, and they will realize that you need to poop. Now you can distract yourself mentally, so you're not focusing on the poop so much. Come up with distracting thoughts like a kitten and loving and cuddling you. Nothing funny, or you may have a real accident in your pants. Yes. Another thing you can really could really help you with your pooping problem is thinking of something that will give you an erection. Because you have already learned how to get rid of an erection. Also, Dragon Boy has just followed. Thank you, Dragon Boy. I think it was Dragon Boy. Yeah, Dragon Boy. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of the poop stream. Yes. Find a phrase and repeat it over and over again in your mind to focus your mind on something else. Another way of distracting yourself is by striking up a conversation with someone. But if you're alone, right, what I tend to do, I tend to think that dolphins are just a clone of Hitler that went wrong. I keep repeating that in my mind all the time. Or maybe George W. Bush is a reptile from the inner earth. Something like that. Watch a TV. Well, watch TV. Well, you can actually just watch a TV, not what's on it, but who watches TV now? You could try to read a book or listen to music. Do anything to move your mind on to other thoughts from the time being. A mental task that requires concentration is best, such as playing a word game or writing down a to-do list. Number 3 here is get over your embarrassment. Just do it. Hey, if there's a bathroom nearby and you're just too embarrassed to use it in that moment, say you're on a date, shake it off. That is that's not good. Pooping is a natural part of life and everybody does it, so everybody poops. There's even a book written about it. You might feel better about it if you camouflage the smell, spray a little perfume, like psh psh psh. The air of the bathroom after pooping, for example, be prepared. Carry a mini air freshener with you. Ooh, can you show us your chest hair? I don't have that much chest hair. Ow. Repeat something to yourself. Don't shit your pants. That is also that's also something you can do. Now, it's very important to understand the risks of holding in poop. Number 1, recognize the dangers of holding in your poop. There's a lot of research on this. Really? There's a lot of research on this? It's really not a good idea to hold in your poop, especially repeatedly and for a very long time. There were a case of a teenager from England who died after not pooping for 8 weeks. Oh god! 8 weeks! Pooping is really just the practice of emptying your bowels. It's essential for good health. If you don't poop, your body will recirculate fecal water throughout the body. That's pretty gross when you think about it. Yeah, that is pretty gross. If you want to poop but can't, you should see a doctor. You can also try stool softener or fiber pills. Then again, that's different from the wanting to temporarily hold in your poop to avoid simply momentary embarrassment. Although experts say holding your poop briefly until you can find a social acceptable time to do it is unlikely to cause you serious problems, they have found that people who do so regularly because of their profession might end up with issues like constipation, say for example teachers or truck drivers. Okay, so we have 2 more lines of this. So, see a doctor if you have a bowel control problem. Of course, you see, this is your bowel. This is probably poop, and this is your ass. So the poop goes through here and just squeezes out there. And the shape of your poop should really be a nice, it should be like ice cream coming out of your anus, only warm and soft. This is now. See a doctor if you have a bowel control problem. This is defined as you accidentally passing a stool from your rectum. If you can't make it to the bathroom on time repeatedly, see a doctor. Stool is the term used for solid waste that is passed as a bowel movement, more commonly called poop. So this is kind of something that I wish they put up in the beginning, because some of you may not have understood what stool meant. Lost my sanity. Like this guy in Crocodile Dundee 3, make internal wash with coffee. Yes. So now bowel control problems are fairly common, affecting about 18 million adults in the United States. They are more common in older people, but anyone can get them. Difficult childbirth, poor overall health, and disease or injury can be the causes. Now, it's also very important to understand how people poop. So as you can see here, it's a very difficult, there's this image on how to do stuff, and you have this image of me reading something on the internet? Oh, this is meta. This is meta. Because there's a guy watching the... Oh, wow. Mind blown. Now, understanding how people poop. People use a muscle called the pause muscle to poop. This muscle is basically a sling for your rectum. So you shoot that poop out. Poop is a combination of fiber, bacteria, and other cells and mucus. Soluble fibers like beans and nuts become part of your poop. Some foods are harder to digest, like corn or oat bran. Yes. So, there you go. I hope you guys are a bit more versed now in how to poop. And we now move on to our next subject. But let's, whoops, where the fuck is my chat? Here we go. Let's take a look at what the chat says. And the next one, by the way, wait, what now? There we go. The next one will be how to hide from a murderer. This is actually very important, and this one is sponsored by Rakti. So it's important for you to understand how to hide from a murderer. And Rakti just said you should eat human flesh raw. Okay, I'm starting to doubt the validity of this article already, even though I haven't read it. Considering Rakti is championing eating human flesh, it may be him just herding you towards a trap. So if take this with a grain of salt, please. So Yellowfoot, what did I just come into? Well, first we talked about how to hide an erection. Next we talked about how to hold in your poop. And now we're moving into how to hide from a murderer. So this has become the WikiHow stream. Now, while it is unlikely that you will ever need to hide from a murderer, it is helpful to know what to do just in case. Whether you are at home or out in public, knowing how to find a good hiding spot can help you save your life. Planning ahead can make your home even safer if a murderer does break in. This is something you really need to understand. You should always, at every point in your life, at least once every hour, think about getting killed by a murderer breaking into your home. This will make your life a lot better because you will always be safe. That's what I think it will happen. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is hiding effectively. As you can see here, this is probably the murderer, although it is not really stated, so this is a bad drawing. So, choose a location that can be barricaded. Ah, yes, you have to read the article also. As you can see, there's a lot of shit close to the door, and the murderer can't get in while you escape through the window. Now, it's important to understand, though, that this door must be a type of door that goes into the room, because if it doesn't, you can't really barricade it. But let's see what the thing says. Choose a location that can be barricaded. In order to prevent the murderer from finding you, barricade the main entry to your hiding area as best you can. Ideally, there should be a sturdy lock on the inside of the door, and the door should open out so the murderer can't kick it down. You may also want to barricade the door with an additional obstacle like heavy pieces of furniture. If your door swings in, it's especially important to barricade it with heavy objects, as the murderer may be able to kick it in. While it is good to be able to keep the murderer out, it's also important to think about how you will escape if the murderer does manage to get in. A hiding spot with two exits, like a door and a window, is ideal. Yes. If you're outside, you may not be able to barricade yourself, but you should still look for a secluded location that will easily be able to escape from if it's necessary. Now, the next thing you need to do is to stay quiet. If you have a phone, turn it off. Don't call the police, just turn it off. Once you find a hiding spot, you need to do whatever you can to make sure that the murderer does not locate you, which means staying as quiet as possible. If you, with other people, if you are with other people, avoid talking to each other. You should also make sure your phone is silent. The murderer may still be able to hear your phone if it's on vibrate, that's important. So you resist the urge to yell to the murderer that you have contacted the police. Yes. And as you can see here, this is where the real drama sets in, right? Just look at that picture. Look at the terror in the eyes of this man. I know that he's in trouble. Just look at him. Now, obscure your location. Make it more difficult for the murderer to see the area you're hiding in by turning off all the lights and closing all of the windows and blinds. Make the area look as unoccupied as possible. You should also turn off any other sources of light, such as computer monitors. Or, while calling for help should be your priority, be aware of the light from your cell phone. If the murderer is right outside the door, he may be able to see it. That's very important. Also, I would like you to notice here that the murderer is a white person. So if you have some mayonnaise just laying by, try throwing the mayonnaise away from the murderer, because he may want the mayonnaise and that will allow you to escape. Also, since it's a white person, this article is non-racist. Well done, WikiHow, well done. Now, avoid huddling together. If you're hiding with other people, spread out as much as you can in your hiding spot. This will increase each individual's chances of survival if the murderer gets into your hiding spot. Make sure everyone stays away from the windows, as these are often the most vulnerable part of a room. Now, hide behind or underneath something. This is a good one. If you want a great hiding spot with your barricaded room, find a piece of furniture or a similar item that you can use to hide in. The less obvious the hiding spot, the better. You may want to hide behind the floor-length curtains, behind a desk, or behind the clothes in a closet. You could try hiding under a bed, under a pile of laundry, or under a blanket. You could also consider hiding inside of a cupboard, the washing machine, or inside a large box. If you're outside, you may want to hide behind a bush, under a car, in a trash can, or under a porch. Now, you could also hide in plain sight, because if you are not able to run away or find a place to hide, playing dead may be an option. Now, simply lie down among the victims and hope that the murderer does not realize he has killed you. You also try to smear your face with some blood. Also, let's take a look at the stream. The Witch in Black, would you eat that ice cream for £1,000,000? Are we talking about something? Oh, that's probably the poop. Also, hi, Plastic Almond. This is a cool stream, yes. Also, thank you, Recti, for the Lost My Sanity Pale Skin. Now, let's go back here. Lying face down in an obscure location may help, as the murderer will not be able to see if you move a little bit. Now we have call for help. As soon as it is safe to do so, call 911 for help, or maybe call 112 if that's the number in your country, because here in Norway we don't have 911. If you have a cell phone with you, you might be able to do this while you're hiding, as long as you don't think that making a call will give away your location to the murderer. Stay on the line with the operator until the police gets there. Now, the operator will want to know as many details about the situation as possible, such as your location, the number of victims, and what kinds of weapons the murderer has. When the police gets there, follow their instructions and keep your hands visible at all times so they know you're not a threat. If calling the police is too loud, text someone who is not at your location about your situation and ask them to call the police for you. Consider texting this to several people just in case someone doesn't see the text. In some areas, it's also possible to text 911. Woo! That is probably pretty good. Now let's move on to part 2. Using other survival techniques. While it's not hiding, this is the second resort, not the first. Hiding is always best. Let's move on to fighting. Now, run if you can. If it is possible to get out of the building or the immediate area that the murderer is in, this is always preferable to hiding. Assess your location and decide if you will be able to escape to safety. If others don't want to run with you, leave them behind. You can't let them... Let your friends die. You can't let them prevent you from escaping. It's a bit of a dick move if you're all hiding though, just saying. If you run, don't worry about your belongings, leave your stuff behind. Be sure to keep your hands visible as you flee the scene. If the police are there already, they may mistake you for the murderer, which is bad, which will go like pow 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 and you will be dead. Also run in an erratic pattern. This will make it harder for the murderer to shoot you if he comes at you. Indeed, allow me to make a small illustration of this. Excuse me. Let's just get... how do I... Where is the... Why can I not... Oh. Okay, no, well, no, nothing. Okay, I will not show you a diagram because well, you know what? I have paint. I have paint. I will show you in a diagram how to escape from a murderer. Here we go. Now, the red dot is the murderer. This is the murderer, okay, guys? This is the murderer. That's a great looking hat. My thank you goes in position. Best hat. Now the murderer has a gun, which I will be drawing in purple because that just feels fitting. As you can see, here's the trigger and here's the thing. And this is gonna be you running. So if he has a gun, he's going... If you run like this, the bullet from the guns is going to be very easy to get to you. But oh, can I make this bigger? Can I? No, please. I want to resize. Well, fuck it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just take a little longer. This is not really a stream about quality, is it? No. So what you should do here is, if he has a gun, oh god, is to run like this, or maybe like this. One of those methods is both of those methods are going to be great. For example, here you can see you're running into the murderer, which may knock him down, allowing you to escape. Now, head for safety, that's important. If you choose to run, it's important to head for a location that will be safer than the location you just left, just in case the murderer pursues you. So, understand this, if you're in trouble, do not run into a place that you know will cause more trouble. Also, oh, Denatron, thank you. Yes, I see it this time. Thank you for the chairs, man. Thank you for the chairs, I appreciate this. Now listen closely if you want to survive. Listen closely. While you may just want to get out of there, don't leave without some kind of an idea of where you will go. Ah, smart, planning ahead. Just like pooping and peeing, running away from a murderer also requires a bit of planning. If you don't quite know, try asking the murderer if he would like to pursue you to this place, and if the answer to that question is no, then you know this is a safe place to run to. Now, if possible, get to a location where you can call for help. A secure location like a police station is the best option, but a neighbor's house is better than nothing. Try avoid running into your neighbor's house if the murderer is watching you. You don't want to put them in danger as well by leading a murderer into their house. Now, this goes against my philosophy, which is fuck my neighbors, I want to survive. Try to yell to the murderer where other people are hiding, because if you do that, then the murderer will get confused about who to kill, and there's a bigger chance of you surviving. If there's nothing around that area, head for the woods instead of a clearing. This will give you many more places to hide. A full parking lot will also provide lots of good hiding spots. Now, here we go. Plan to fight if you must. Now we're getting to the planning of the fights. In some cases, you may have no choice but to fight back against the murderer. This is generally not a good idea unless your life is in immediate danger, but if it comes to it, do what you need to do to survive. If you decide to fight, you need to commit to it. A half-hearted attempt at fighting back will only put you in more danger. Your goal should be to disarm and or incapacitate the murderer and then run away as fast as possible. If you have a gun, you may want to use this to defend yourself. Not necessarily, apparently, according to this article. You don't necessarily want to use the gun, but if you do want to use the gun, you can use it. If not, you may also be able to incapacitate the murderer using pepper spray. Again, if you have pepper spray. If you have no other options but attack the murderer with your bare hands, aim for the most vulnerable parts of the body: the throat, the eyes, and the groin, and the stomach. Or you can use an improvised weapon. If you choose to fight back and you do not have a traditional weapon, look around for ordinary objects that may be able to use to disarm the murderer or to incapacitate him. A good weapon should be easy to use and should be reasonably likely to inflict harm. Now, you can use a backpack as a shield or to swing at the murderer. You can use an item like a baseball bat or an umbrella or a large flashlight as a swinging weapon. Any heavy item can be used to knock the murderer unconscious. A chemical fire extinguisher can effectively disable a person if you spray it in his face. Now, yes, we have also this: cooperate if you are captured. If the murderer finds you and it's not possible to escape or fight back, if he has a gun and you only have a baseball bat, for example, it is important to know how to interact with him. In order to decrease your chances of survival, chances of survival. If the person's primary objective is to steal things or commit another crime, he may not really want to kill you if it's not necessary. The mind games. Be as cooperative as you possibly can be. Do what the murderer asks you to do without asking questions. Avoid making eye contact, as this can be seen as threatening. Don't make any sudden movements, like the poop thing I showed you earlier. I'll show it to you again. There we go. Don't make any sudden movements. And always be on the lookout for the opportunities to run or incapacitate the murderer. And yes, part 3 here is also a thing, but I'm getting really tired. I think I'm going to bed. But thank you guys for joining me this evening, for watching the how to hide an erection and other stupid things. I appreciate you joined me, and again, Rakti, Jesus Christ, dude, my man, I fucking love you so much right now. You're amazing. This stream is dedicated to him, and I hope you now understand how to escape a murderer, how to hold in your poop, and how to hide an erection. I have been Lost My Sanity, and hopefully you now as well have lost some of your sanity. Have a good night, everyone.